Hello there. So, episode 2, I gotta say, I was trying to stay off, the way it opened, because in the first one, it's like, okay, it's the history of the people, it's what they're going for. The second one, on the other hand, for episode 2, felt so wrong. It felt like people in cosplay. It had to do with how it was shot. It had to do with the color palette. It had to do with a lot of the way people were acting. It did not feel authentic. It felt like one of those things where you go to one of those Renaissance fair, not a Renaissance fair, but where you go there as like for school, and it's like the old time. They live there old timey. You talk with the blacksmith who's making shoes. It felt very cheesy and very off-putting. I was like, gosh, I'm feeling offended. I am disgusted by this. And I normally don't care about that kind of stuff because normally I find that funny. But right here, just like, you're supposed to be, the main praise about this whole show was they're doing honor to the people. And then you watch that and I'm just like, this looks very offensive. But yeah, I gotta say, there was 2 things in this episode that I enjoyed. I enjoyed how her grandfather was taking advantage. It's always funny where people knowingly are taking advantage of someone because they know they can. So he's basically leaning onto the Native American heritage just to sell a piece of pottery for like 20 times more than it's worth because these white people are dumb enough to buy it. That I absolutely loved. I love that shot. And of course, the lovable idiot, which is Biscuits. Other than that, I can't stand this series because I don't understand who she is as a character. I honestly don't get it. They take every opportunity they can to show you that she's crippled. They take every opportunity. The fact that everyone is still signing is absolutely bothering me. The fact that they're not speaking, because, okay, most people who learn to sign, it's because of a loved one, it's their second language. They need to actually speak, and how they learn is they'll be speaking and doing it with each word. And that, in turn, helps the one who's deaf learn to talk themselves, learn to read lips. But right here, they just get dead silent. It's like, no wonder. But then again, she hasn't been with this family for like 15 years, maybe 20 years. She's been off on her own in the world, surrounded by people who wouldn't sign to her. So it makes no sense as to why she didn't learn how to read lips. It would make sense if she was stuck with her family and all of them stayed dead silent when they were talking to her and just signing. That's the only time it makes sense. Other than that, it's just like she would learn to read lips. She would learn to get all this actually. It's aggravating because it doesn't make any gosh dang sense to me. Absolutely none. The opening felt so offensive. It is just like, I don't identify with my Native American heritage. I mean, all I know about is my grandmother was given to my grandfather, and that's about it. And then just seeing that felt so goosebumpy and wrong. And it was just like, even I find this to be offensive, and I don't identify with that part of me. And I felt like it was, but oh my gosh. Yeah, this episode had only 2 things that was really worth it, and that's just because he was taking advantage of these dumb white people. And it was just like, okay, that's always funny. That's always funny where someone leans into the narrative, where someone leans into the fact that they know that they can do this and get away with it. That's kind of fun, especially when it's done in a funny, race heritage-like way. Like, oh, my people. It's just like, but I don't get it. And it seems like the power is unexplained. It's just there. It's circles on your hands give you something, when the original character, the original Echo, would echo people's moves, could see something and be able to mimic it right then and there. That was the original of it. But it gives them whatever they need in the moment. So during the cosplay event, the fictional, the horrendous opening, she got it so she could super jump. And then the new main character, the deaf one, got it so she could have super strength. I don't know. They're not doing a good job explaining of what's going on. They're not doing a good job explaining anything. Why did she return home to declare war on Fisk? Why? There is no purpose. There is nothing benefiting her except taking advantage of her family. That's the only thing there. And she doesn't want to keep in touch with her family, but she's still using them whenever she wants. How is she the good guy here? I mean, there is a one line where he's like, "Oh, you're Fisk," and it's just like, well, yeah, I don't sympathize with this character whatsoever. And they need to stop taking out all the sound. I understand the main character's deaf, but you do realize you have issues with your pacing. One thing that helps with pacing is the audio cues that people get. It's like the people who wrote this or directed it or did the cinematography for it and the sound for it have no clue how everything needs to work together in order to make it seamless. Yeah, I had trouble locking my fingers there for a second. But yeah, I am going through this, and let's see how much further I can get. I can't believe I was actually offended by the opening of this one. It just felt wrong. It felt like everyone was wearing one of those outfits you get for Halloween. You want to be a Native American? Here, put a feather in your hair and wear that sack over you, and there you are. There's your Halloween costume. It just felt wrong. It felt absolutely wrong, especially when everyone's tone is completely different. Like, there are those with a darker tone, there are those with a wider tone. There was someone there in 1200 AD wearing a button-down suit. I mean, I don't know why that was there. I mean, I'm going to be honest, I don't know much about history, but I'm pretty sure 1200 AD, there weren't that many people sailing the seas. But yeah, most people were dressed in a button-up suit. So yeah, there are little things here and there that just seem, unless time travel was a thing at that point in time, who knows? Who knows what this mystical hand swirly power does? So maybe it does take someone back in time, and then he sits there in 1200 AD. Yeah. Yeah, but I don't know what this is going for. There's still no story here. Absolutely none. I guess it should be obvious when your talking point is, oh, the lead is deaf. Oh, the lead is crippled. Oh, the lead is Native American. Well, tell us about the story. Oh, well, you don't need to worry about. The lead is this. The lead is this. Oh, well, we don't care about that and that. We want to know about the story. Well, it's easy to go with the lead is this, the lead is this, the lead is this, and there is no story. Thank you all for watching. Talk to you next time. Doodles.